A very warm welcome to you. Many thanks for finding time to be with us on this week's edition of the program, where we remain your source for all the latest happening in the world of business. I am Susan Obiako. You are warmly welcome. On the lineup this week, we joined Faith and her guest, Mr. Shuaibu Idris, Managing Consultant / Chief Executive of Timeline Consult Limited, on the CEO Rendezvous, where they discussed the topic, Niira and the prospect for growth for the Nigerian insurance industry. While the Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform Act, Niira 2025, has been hailed by many, effective implementation remains to be seen. It is quite an incisive discussion. Please, let's take a listen.
The industry regulator, the police, the other regulatory agencies need to do even more. So it's a situation where everybody needs to do what? Needs to wake up and give his or her own contribution. The insurance companies that will eventually emerge will be stronger, and they will be even more capable and ready to take on additional risk. And then, like I did say, they will have the capacity to engage in enlightenment campaign. And then there will be a bit of changes as regards how often, the speed, the accuracy, the empathy the insurance companies will be showing when there is a claim.
Plus, we bring you a glimpse of what happened at the 2025 Almond Insurance Industry Awards. From our unmatched guest list to premium entertainment, it was a night to truly remember. Let's check it out.
Welcome to the glitz, the glam, and the golden moment of the Almond Insurance Industry Awards.
Tonight, the stars of the insurance world are out in full glow.
From breathtaking fashion to inspiring success stories, where power meets elegance.
Game changers, the innovators, and the industry icons will continue to redefine what it means to insure, protect, and empower.
What more can I say than to urge you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the lineup. Details shortly, please stay with us.
A very warm welcome to you. It's a pleasure to have you join us on the CEO Rendezvous this week. I have the honor and privilege to be hosting a very versatile person, I must say. Alhaji, some address him as Mr., some address him as Doctor, some address him as Professor. But I'm going to stay with Alhaji on the set today. Maybe at the end of the session, we'll probably dash in one professorship. I'm talking about none other than Alhaji Shuaibu Idris, Managing Consultant and Chief Executive of Timeline Consult Limited. Together, we'll be looking at the Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform Act 2025, Niira, and the prospect for growth for the Nigerian insurance industry. Thank you, Alhaji, for graciously admitting to meet with us on the program.
Thank you, madam, and good day, viewers. Thank you for having me.
All right. Okay, so let's dive right into it. The Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform Act 2025 has been hailed as the best thing that has happened to the industry in recent times. Do you also share that sentiment?
Honestly, I do share that sentiment, basically because I have been part and parcel of the processes that eventually saw the act being passed by the National Assembly and indeed been accented to by Mr. President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, usually call as Shuaibu. You see, there are acts and there are acts. There are laws that have, passed through the rigors, the processes of passing such acts into, to be operated upon either by the general public or targeted industries such as the Insurance Act. Some of the laws that were passed never had the opportunities that the Nigerian Insurance Reform Act had. What do I mean? The regulator, the industry regulator, that is the National Insurance Commission, championed, the processes of enacting that act. And from the previous Commissioner of Insurance to the current Commissioner for Insurance, they were not just industry practitioners on a superficial level. No, they have been hands-on managers. So they know the intricacies of the industry, they know the challenges of the industry, they have idea of the prospect and the vision of the industry, and they are intertwined, they are connected with the industry practitioners, be them brokers, agents, or the main insurance businesses, whether the general insurance, the composite insurance, or the life insurance. And in the process of enacting that act, all shades of opinions were brought under one roof. Not just once, not twice, not 3 times. You pick brands of this, you pick brands of that. The industry doyen, if you like, the dynamic younger generations, the matured, older generations, the middle level. So everybody had an opportunity to do what? To give an input. And that is why, believe you me sincerely, from the beginning of this democracy, from 20, 30 years ago to today, I'm yet to see a bill that passed through the 2 assemblies at the center, the National Assembly, that is the House of Representatives, and the Senate, up to the presidential assent, that has had the level of input and the level of interrogation, the level of contribution by all and sundry. And indeed, we do believe that if we have the wherewithal, the wisdom, the tenacity, the courage to implement the relevant provisions of the Act, the Nigerian insurance spectrum will be a different ballgame. We are likely going to see a situation where Nigeria will be surpassing, the likes of Kenya, South Africa, Morocco, and other African countries that today are better in terms of insurance penetration than Nigeria.
Okay, Alhaji, good thing that you mentioned implementation. Now, the main focus of implementation of Niira as we speak is the recapitalization exercise, howbeit risk-based, that is expected from all players. Will this alone transform insurance operations in your opinion?
Certainly no. You mentioned fundamentally 2 things in your comment. Number one, the recapitalization, and then the risk-based, supervisory regime that is coming into farm level in the industry. Certainly, the capital adequacy of each business determines the strength of the business, the capacity of the business to take on challenges, and the abilities of the business to handle, larger scales of business. As you probably will know, madam, insurance is one industry that has a bit of layers. Apart from the brokers that run around to raise the business, they have the actual undertakers, the actual companies that offer offer the cover for the risk in exchange for premiums we collect from customers. Then you have the reinsurance business. Now, if you have a general insurance company, and the general insurance company is a leper, meaning does not have capital, how much can that company shoulder in terms of risk? So the idea of capital increase, that is the paid-up capital increase as proposed in Niira, is excellent idea, because there will be a kind of stratification. General insurance would say 10 billion or 20 billion capital, this is how much you will be able to shoulder. Some who has up to 50 billion, this is how much you will be able to shoulder. And we used to have composite insurance companies that were taking both on general insurance and life. Now the system has stated that you can do general on one side, and then you can incorporate another company and do a life assurance. And even in general, there are certain classes of risk that if you are not strong enough, you may not be allowed to shoulder such risks, like oil and gas or aviation sectors. Those are sectors that are a bit gigantic and huge in terms of exposure. One risk crystallization can wipe out the company, and we don't want to see companies dying. So I think it's a good development that the Act specify a slightly higher capital requirement than what we currently have, and what we are likely going to see in the period towards meeting the capital adequacy requirement is a bit of merger, bit of acquisition. I don't foresee any company being allowed to die or to be liquidated. Chances are, industry players will align and realign, just like what happened in the recapitalization exercises that was done during Professor Saludo's tenure as governor of Central Bank, and the banks were able to come together and merge. If you remember, quite a number of banks, 2-3 put years together and merge, and they were able to.
Okay, Adaji, good thing you made that comparison with the banking sector. Okay, so the banking sector, after the last round of recapitalization, saw mergers and acquisition, and it actually marked a new beginning in the current banking sector that we see. But insurance sector has also gone through their rounds of recapitalization in 2007, and from 106 insurance companies, we now currently have about 47 then microinsurance and Tekafu. But we haven't seen much of that vibe or expectation that we expect. You mentioned South Africa, you mentioned Kenya, and if you go by what we read about those clients in terms of insurance uptake, we haven't seen much of that in the Nigerian insurance space. So will this risk-based capital, will it usher in something different from what we have seen before?
Honestly, madam, I tell you, number one, we are coming from an ecosystem and environment where Nigerians aren't so aware of insurance. They are not so much, faithful, with insurance, because, okay, I've had a third-party car insurance, and I had an accident, and the insurance company is not coming to my aid. So there is lethargy, there is apathy, and there is trust deficit from Nigerians on the insurance, businesses, as the case may be. And to worsen the situation, we're in a climate where regulators not just the industry regulators. When I say regulators, I mean the police, for example, enforcing the very minimal, insurance policy on cars is not there. So yes, there is now a new act that provides, for example, this office where we are having, we're expected to have an insurance for the building, we're expected to have insurance for each and every office, the kind of equipment I have here, we need to value them and then get insurance cover. The only way and manner, system and the insurance penetration could improve is when there is an enforcement of the rule, when government itself comes in to insist that you must be able to do X, Y, Z. You did mention about the recapitalization that took place in the industry some 10 years ago or shorter. Yes, there were about 100 and some insurance companies operating. Now we are about 50, a little lower, in between life, general, the takaful insurance and micro insurance. They are coming, but we are likely going to see a further shrinkage. Chances are we may end up with between 25, 30 insurance companies. Now, believe you me sincerely, the fewer the better. Because why? The fewer, the more stronger these few companies, come, and the more they are able to take on risk, higher risk, and the more they are likely going to be able to spend so much money to market, to get into the mental psyche of average Nigerians, to get to know the benefits of, for example, household equipment insurance or fire and all peril insurance, as the case may be. How many of us, for example, have a life assurance policy? You may say, I'm a Catholic or I'm a Muslim, I don't believe in insurance, but you can do an annuity. Annuity is not insurance per se. You're just preparing for retirement or for old age, or you are hedging against the potential risk of you could lose your job, or you can become incapacitated, God forbid, through accident or ill health or this, and you have 1, 2, or 3 children that needs to be taken care of or supported to with educational, bills and what have you. Those are things that I feel strongly that the more stronger companies we have, the larger the war chest they have in terms of assuming risk, and the higher their abilities to spend money on advertisement and general, enlightenment campaign to make Nigerians see reason why they should take insurance and the benefit for everyone, from the government to the insured to even the larger society.
Okay, so Alhaji, would you say currently is because of adequate funds for insurance operators, that's why their level of insurance education and penetration is low?
No, I don't think so. It's a combination of several factors. Number one, you see, I told you there has been consistent and endemic trust deficit between the insurable public and the insurance company. The insurable public does not, quote and unquote, trust the insurance companies because they feel, insurance policy is so detailed. There is a small tiny point that they put, and whenever the risk crystallizes, they go into that and say, I am protected here. But honestly, the company that I chair the board, Consolidated Hallmark Insurance, is one of the few that people can speak well about us in terms of the speed and the accuracy and the empathy we show when and where a risk crystallizes and how quickly we come to render. I'm not necessarily trying to believe that there are quite a number of other, companies in similar vein that you can talk of. But Nigerians need to try, and they need to insist on their rights and privileges, and insurance is good for you, is good for me, is good for the larger society. Third-party insurance, for example, yes, because the Nigeria and the Nigerians being who we are and what Nigeria is, a lot of it is either compromise. Some of it are fake. You go to the motor licensing authority office trying to register your car or to renew your vehicle particulars. Actually, they just tell you, okay, this is this, and some of it aren't genuine, aren't original. So even when you have accident, you have this XYZ Insurance Limited policy.
All right, welcome back from that incisive season with Mr. Shuaibu Idris on the CEO Rendezvous. Moving on, let's now give you a glimpse of what happened at the Almond Insurance Industry Award this year. This social platform has grown to become the biggest social gathering for the Nigerian insurance industry. Every year, the organizers try to raise the bar. This year was their best edition yet. It was pop culture at its best. Enjoy it. Do watch this space for the full experience of the award this year.
Welcome to the glitz, the glam, and the golden moment of the Almond Insurance Industry Awards.
Tonight, the stars of the insurance world are out in full glow.
From breathtaking fashion to inspiring success stories, where power meets elegance.
Game changers, the innovators, and the industry icons will continue to redefine what it means to insure, protect, and empower.
Segment, courtesy of our headline sponsor, WSafe. We have this photo booth segment. It promises to be a beautiful experience. Come have fun and come dine with us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and you're welcome to the 2025 Almond Insurance Award Show.
It was a painstaking process of 6 months, which started with call for nominations from the industry and the insuring public.
It is a great honor for us to be a part of this. We are also looking forward to having one of the best evening where then we will be able to celebrate the winners.
The winner is
I'm truly honored to receive this. Thank you to Almond.
First of all, we want to say big thank you to God Almighty for this award. And we also want to thank the organizer of this event, Almond. We want to dedicate this award to our great chairman that is seated here, Mr. Tokwe Smart, and the entire team of NEM Group.
So thank you very much, Almond Award, for this, for this plaque and for this honor to our CEO.
On behalf of the board and management of Cassava, we are honored for this award.
partnering with Almond to do this is because we understand the value of appreciating people who are good at what they do.
I feel honored to have this prestigious gift.
That's the time on the program this week. Many thanks for being a part of it. Join us same place, same time next week for a fresh package. In the meantime, feel free to connect with us on all our social media platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Almond Finance TV. You have tons of entertaining and educative content to watch there. I am Susan Obiako. Until next time, from all of us here, it's a goodbye.